PD, pencils down. PD, pencils down. PD. Here we are. How you doing, buddy?
Good.
Just us.
I got
Day
the new.
baseball.
Are you serious?
Day baseball strikes again. It's just
He
us.
did day baseball to us
He
again.
did day baseball. What? Look, good news is season's over now. There's no more day baseball excuses. That's it.
Wow.
They can't happen anymore. If it does, I don't want to know him.
This is. I mean, I would feel like he cared more about the show if he just lied to us about it.
Thank you.
Like I'm
Thank you.
sick. I got to work.
Right.
But
No,
just
day
to blatantly
baseball.
say, hey, I'm choosing day baseball over the Ramble.
Even though it's like 11 o'clock at night over there.
Right.
Day baseball.
There's no day baseball.
Hey, get to voting, everybody. All you Ramblers. We got a Stall of Fame competition. Get to voting. It's on the Ramble Facebook fan page, right? Didn't Cody post it there?
He did.
He did.
He didn't make it
Something.
shareable, though. It's not a shareable link.
I don't know why he does. He's very stingy with that stuff.
That's two things already that's annoyed me about Cody.
Day
for this
baseball.
episode. And then a non-shareable Facebook
Man.
post.
Hold on. He sent an email.
Did he? Cody did.
Fuck the Ramblers, all caps.
Wow.
What are we going to do?
Wow.
What are we going to do?
Wow. I can't believe he took the time to email that.
I can't believe it. Fuck the Ramblers, all
Fuck
caps.
the Ramblers, all caps.
Wow. You heard it. That was not us. That wasn't us, gang.
Nope.
Not us. So you doing all right tonight, man?
I'm doing okay. I'm
Good.
doing okay. I'm doing
Good.
okay. We have this. We kept our governor.
Kept our governor. That was pretty painless.
That's pretty painless.
That was Elder kind of came and went. That guy was.
But, you know.
I didn't think. I was stunned. The Rose McGowan bump didn't help. I was stunned. The Rose McGowan push didn't help Elder.
You didn't think that was?
I thought that was. Like,
I for sure thought that was like the final shot. Like, hey, here's the nitrous button. Boom. Here we go.
Going over the cliff. We did it. Stunned that Norm Macdonald dies. Rough day.
Rough day all around.
Rough day. Andre and I
all
saw
around.
Candyman.
Yeah. How was it?
I wished it would have been a lot better.
Oh.
It wasn't bad. It's not a bad movie.
Okay.
Because the parts that are awesome are fucking awesome. And it's not really scary, but it's still, like, the deaths are pretty cool for the most part. You know, the visuals are great.
Yeah.
The
Gory?
story, not really. There's one scene where it's a little gory-ish, but the plot was just like, huh? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just the...
I mean, aren't you just saying Candyman 5 times and then he kills people?
And it's party time. They tried to...
How do you mess that plot up?
They messed it up. they did.
You look in the mirror, don't say this. Oh, I said it. Now he's killing me.
Do you mind if I spoil some of it?
You can. I don't care. I don't know if the Ramblers are going to care.
Ramblers, we're going to spoil some of Candyman.
So that's up to you.
So you eventually there's this guy who's trying to use one of the characters to become the next Candyman, and he wants to bring Candyman back. However, Tony Todd as Candyman is still going around killing people. So it's like, well, why do we need to bring him?
Is that like that's like you have, like, I don't know, you have Patrick Mahomes and then the Chiefs draft a quarterback in the first round.
Right, they take whoever the Jets got. You know what I mean?
They take Zach Wilson in the first round.
You're
this
like,
year.
what?
They
have
actually
this guy.
They trade up to get the number 2 pick.
Yes.
And take Zach Wilson with Patrick Mahomes sitting there. That's what Candyman did.
Right. Do you remember the first one, right?
Yeah.
He was like a slave. You know, he was a free black man who had an affair and then got murdered, right? I think.
So he had like a reason. He had a
a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah.
This is they have that, but then they try to make it seem like there's multiple Candyman. Like there's a new one.
Like
every
the Green Lantern Corps? There's like a Green Lantern Corps of Candyman?
But it's the same dude. It's weird. And Andre had figured it out, I think. And it's an interesting idea where, like, the person who is the next Candyman is, like, the victim of racial injustice, right? And I'm into that. Okay, yeah, but it's not.
So George Floyd's the next Candyman.
That's kind of the idea. And it's executed very poorly. It's executed extremely. But, man, the scenes that bring it, fucking bring it. Like, there's the best scene is the final scene in the movie. And that was like, oh shit, where was this? You know what I mean? I'm going to spoil it. You might say I'm going to spoil it.
Again, I don't care if you spoil it. I don't know if the Ramblers care. I don't care.
They pull a Beetlejuice at the end. It is awesome. They pull a violent Beetlejuice because these evil cops show up, and this woman who's not really been believing this whole time is in the back of the cop car, and the cop is telling her how he's going to frame it either way. She better play ball, right? This murder scene.
Right.
And the girl, it was a great scene. She just goes, well, I feel like I'm a mess. Can I just see myself? And so he lowers the mirror in the cop car, and she just says Candyman 4 times, right? And then the cop goes, Candyman, into the mirror, and then boom, he just comes out and fucks up all the cops. It was great. It was awesome. Wow. It was like, whoa, that was fucking killer.
What about she gets away scot-free then?
Oh yeah, she makes it out. It was.
Wouldn't he kill her too?
No, because she didn't say Candyman last.
But neither did all the other cops. Only that one cop.
They were in his way, though. They were in the way, and she's just and I don't want. There's the plot is it's her boyfriend who becomes a new Candyman, so he kind of recognizes her.
So it's sort of like the end of the Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy when
there it is.
What's his face becomes the new.
Right, the new Jack's whatever. The new
what's
guy.
His face? Who was the other kid? He becomes the guy.
Orlando Bloom.
Orlando Bloom becomes the new Davy Jones.
Right, that's what
happens.
But what I liked about it was the Beetlejuice twist, because that was the best part of Beetlejuice is when they don't like him and then they realize they need him. They got to use him. That was killer. That was awesome when she just because you know what she's gonna do, but it was still great. And then he just comes out and starts fucking them all up, and he lets her go, and that was killer. And then but then at the end. Yeah. It's not her boyfriend who's Candyman. She sees Candyman standing there covered in bees, and then all the bees go away, and it's Tony Todd, and he goes, "Tell our story." And then it was like, but why then did this guy have to go through all this shit if it's still going to be Tony Todd as Candyman? It just didn't make any. It's weird.
So they all just wear the Tony Todd face.
I guess it was.
Or he's like they all become part of like the collective of.
Yes, that's kind of what. Yes, they all just become. Which okay, but it didn't make sense. It's because Tony Todd seemed to be doing fine on his own as Candyman. You know what I mean?
Like, I think he can take care of shit, right?
Oh, and one thing that how they tied it in was the main character, the guy who becomes the Candy. He was the baby that Virginia Madsen saved from the fire in the first one. Remember that little infant?
Yeah,
that was him. So Candyman. Apparently, the Candyman Collective has had their eyes on this dude for a minute.
Oh. And they've been scouting him. They've been scouting him since grade school.
This guy.
Huh? He's a blue chipper from grade school on.
This is who you want leading your franchise. But so there's a lot of cool shit in it, but it doesn't. It's still kind of a mess plot wise. But I still think. I mean, I've just ruined everything.
Yeah,
but
you spoiled it all. You left the milk out. You left the milk out overnight.
Milk out bad. But that was a great scene. That last scene was dope as shit when she just starts saying Candyman. I was like, oh, and like the only bummer was they should have cut to Tony Todd going, "It's showtime." You know, like that would have been great. And then he starts fucking up all the cops. That would have been. Imagine the pop.
Oh, huge pop.
If he says it's showtime,
huge pop.
I mean, come on.
Huge pop. That's Hogan handcuffed to the rope, boss man Billy clubbing him.
And he breaks it. But you know what would have been the bigger pop?
What?
If Tony Todd, she says Candyman 5 times, Tony Todd comes out, says it's showtime, and goes, but wait, I need help. And then he holds up a mirror and goes, Beetlejuice. Oh. Come on. Imagine that pop.
You're doing laps around the theater.
Oh, I'd lose my shit. So Cody said it was a very so-so movie, and I agree.
You agree?
But the parts that are dumb make no sense at all. The parts that are awesome are fucking like the guy who played Watchmen, Dr. Manhattan in the HBO Watchmen series.
Yeah,
amazing. He's so good. His acting and his girlfriend through the great acting. The cast is great. The direction is great. So I'm not worried about Captain Marvel. It's just the plot. It was like, huh? It was like they filmed the first draft. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. That makes sense.
Can we want to iron this out just a little more? Like, can we have it make a little more sense? But yeah, it was still, but not a bad time at the movies.
Mm-hmm.
It was just us.
That's good.
We were alone in the theater.
Good.
So
You finger banged, right? Of course.
I had to. Jeez, kidding me?
I mean, she finger banged you.
Yes, that's a must. Or else she. Back of the hand if she doesn't. She knows the rules.
Knuckles.
She can't.
She finger banged your dry asshole. Right?
Woo! Because nothing's been happening down there for a minute.
That's what I'm saying. It's clean. You can do that and go back to eating
clean
popcorn.
as it's ever been.
Yeah, you can go back there and you can eat popcorn.
Finger. Same finger.
Hand.
Nothing's going to stick to it. It's fine. What have we done? What have we become, Eddie?
I don't know what we've become. I don't know. We were having a good discussion about Candyman, and we turned it into.
By the way, first time in a minute. Looks like we have matching facials. Huh?
Yeah.
Looks like pretty matching. Pretty matching.
Hats, facials. We both look like.
Man.
You look like an offensive coordinator. I look like a defensive coordinator.
Yes, we're just ready. We're calling plays.
We're up in the booth right now.
Up in the booth. We're sitting there. Foge Fazios. I can just hear Dan Deerdorf jizzing over Foge. Wait, is that tomorrow? Is that Fridays that we talk about that? I forgot what Ramble Radio where we go on.
Well, Ramble Radio yesterday was just all player, Scott Player.
The Scott Player. And who would be upset with that?
Nobody.
What if he shows up wanting a fight? What if he shows up like demanding a fight?
We have to fight him.
We have to.
We have to record it.
If he's got the Hogan, we're in trouble. If he's got the Hogan stash,
I'm not touching him.
No, I'm going after that guy. I ain't fucking with that guy.
No, you'll get him beat down. All of a sudden, he'll just give you the finger wag, and it's over.
Like, oh, shit.
No.
Fuck it. 11 minutes. I'm just going to sing.
We don't have any music.
No music. I'm going to acapella, if you don't mind, Eddie.
Go for it. I'll beatbox.
Thanks for the times that you've given me. The memories are all in my mind. And now that we've come to the end of our rainbow, there's something I must say out loud. You think all of America's ready? You're once, twice, 3 times a lady, and I love you. Yes, you're once, twice, 3 times a lady, and I love you. Come on, that's an all-time.
Not a dry butthole in the house.
All of them are leaking right now. Once, twice, 3 times a lady. By the way, you can follow us. Email us ramble@ramblepod.com. At Twitter, Podcast Ramble 1.
Do
Instagram
that.
At Podcast Ramble.
And that.
5-star ratings. Come on, we're still at 127. Get those in. Positive text reviews. Subscribe to the balls. The balls. Michael S. Miller says, hope all is well. Me, not so great. Oh, shit.
What?
Universe has been really wrecking havoc on the Miller family.
Man.
Oh, no, man.
Sorry,
First,
Mike.
my dad's dog, Chili Pepper, died the day before Dad was scheduled to have him put to sleep. My dad held Chili in his lap and tried his best to comfort him, but Dad says a long, painful experience for Chili. A week later, my cousin Ben's stepson, Gavin, died. I didn't know the details, but I'm told it was some sort of drug overdose. Gavin was just 18. And then shortly after that, my last update, my 98-year-old grandmother was admitted to a nursing home where she passed a few days later. She went quietly with her beloved Cleveland Indians TV and my dad holding her hand. As I mentioned before, I've been Grandma's caretaker for the last 15 years or so. Caleb's also been very involved in caring for Grandma over the past 3 years now. Now with Grandma gone, I'm not sure where we're even going to live, as she was also our landlord. As if all that weren't enough, I also found out my oldest nephew, Noah, caught COVID from his workplace.
Oh, man.
Missed work because it was fired. Holy shit. That led to Noah being evicted, being homeless. Even though I have no idea where Caleb and I end up, I took Noah in and have another mouth to feed until Noah can get back. It's good for you, man.
My God, Michael.
It seems like every day is a brand new bucket of, hey, fuck you, Michael Miller, and I really don't know how much more I can take other than Caleb and now Noah. I'm pretty much all alone now. Don't really have any friends anymore, and I haven't even tried dating in almost 10 years. Feel so alone all the time. When will it end? On that cheerful note, let's fucking ramble, shall we? Oh, yeah, let's do it.
You always got friends here at the Ramble, Mike.
Fuck yeah, buddy. It's going to be all right, man. Rambler's got your back.
Sorry to hear that,
Sorry
buddy.
to hear about all that. Jesus Christ. And I'm sorry we talked about my dry asshole for 10 minutes before we got. I should have
Look,
maybe screened.
that might be what the doctor ordered.
You never know. You're probably not wrong. I should have maybe screened this first. Jeremy Bienvenu. What up, Jerry, Eddie, and Cody? This is my first submission in a long time, but all the love to you, Michael, for real.
Yeah,
Every
definitely.
week I listen to the Ramble at work. I think about what my picks would be. I get amped to submit, and then I go home and do absolutely nothing. Working the shop that's 95-plus degrees all day. When I get home, I take a cold shower and zone out the rest of the night, not doing anything. But I figure if Jerry can pull this off wearing a bag of shit right there, I won't show
a literal bag of shit.
What's my excuse? Keep fighting the good fight. Oh, and fuck Skeletor. I think after finally getting the Sword of Power, the whiny pile bone of shit would come up with something better than rummaging around with He-Man's eldest pussy or his dad's chode. You're all powerful, fuckface. Act like it. The only redeeming factor about Skeletor is hearing Marley go nuts every time he speaks. I actually listen for it every time now because it cracks me up. I don't know what Marley thinks is going on, but it's adorable. Like when Skeletor starts, Marley is like, what the fuck is wrong with that?
What is happening?
And he runs over here to make sure I'm okay. It's fucking adorable. I almost feel guilty now. Gary Priest, GP, Jeeps. Hey, Jerry, Eddie, and Cody. It's been a while, but the one upside of my recent bout of insomnia is that I'm caught up with all the episode now.
Oh, there we go.
Through the small hours of the morning, although all that laughing at 3 a.m. might be freaking my neighbors out. Fuck them. Fuck them.
Have them listen to the Ramble.
Like De Niro said about Fox News.
Fuck them.
Fuck them. Fuck them. And now it's hat time. What hat would they wear? Oh!
Wow. I did that without a harmonica. That's without a harmonica.
Still got it. The American Dream's Dustin Jacobs. This week's going to be a short one. He goes the video game villain Hall of Fame. He goes Dr. Robotnik from the, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, Sonic Hedgehog. Yeah.
Isn't that Dr. Robotnik Sonic? Yes, because
so.
Dr. Wily was Mega Man. I always get him confused. Michael Miller, he goes, I'm going to go OG video games. I never thought of this one. I did Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and Clyde, the ghost from Pac-Man. That ain't bad.
Wow, good call.
Jeremy Bienvenu, this is probably going to be a popular answer. I feel like you can't go with anyone else but Bowser. It's been 36 years since Super Mario Bros. Came out, and Bowser doesn't feel like a tired villain. Plus, he's named most of his kids after musicians. That's just a badass thing to do.
Yeah.
Graham and Faye, greetings from the Great White North, fellow Ramblers. Where do I sign up for my official Ramble? Colostomy bag. I guess I'll need to wait for Ramble Corporate to get on the refresh merch page.
Hey! I sent the stuff to Cody. Ooh. He's got it now. But he's obviously doing day baseball.
Too
it's
busy
more
with
important
day baseball
than setting up our merch page.
That hurts. It hurts
a
little.
It's out of my hands.
Does that hurt a little or hurt a lot, Eddie? Go ahead. You can be honest.
Hurts a lot.
A lot. See? A lot.
Lot.
Less of a hat this time around, more of a mask. Handsome Jack via Borderlands 2 and some of the funniest dialogue from a boss throughout the entire game. Related runner-up, Mad with Power. Claptrap from the Viva La Revolution DLC. There's some seriously funny lines in there, too. Thank you, Graham and Faye. Jeeps, Gary Priest. Not much of a gamer. Is Donkey Kong a villain or a hero? He's been both. Anyway,
it's been both.
He goes Donkey. Zach Dahlem. Hey, guys, apologize for having been such a passive rambler of late, but hey, the world's on fire and I've had a lot of shit to do. We get it. Hall of Fame it has to be Bowser for the Mario games, right? Mea culpa to Jerry, who probably went with Ganon from Zelda, but I think Bowser's a tad more iconic to the general public. Michael Worms. What's Dahlem? Dolls?
Or
Dolls.
Limbs. Jeeps.
Limbs. What would Jeremy Bienvenu? What would Bienvenu be?
News.
What's the news? The news.
Are we the best nicknamers
ever?
In nicknaming? In the nicknaming game?
What do you think Brian Gumble would do if he saw this episode? Hang himself because he wasted all of his time coming up with shitty nicknames?
Probably hang himself.
Hold on.
What happened?
There it is. Cody's fate is about to be decided by
Corporate's
Jack.
here.
Ramble
Corporate's in the house.
Himself.
They're doing a surprise inspection of the Ramble, and there's only 2 people here doing the Ramble.
That hurts.
That's gonna go in the. In the old report.
Oof, that's gonna. He doesn't look. He looks annoyed, Eddie.
He's gonna go back to and talk to the other. Member of
corporate is not happy right now.
Surprise inspection.
We're doing our job.
Surprise inspection.
We're doing our job. Worm says, yeah, I've been getting this past the deadline. You can yell at me. I'm a man. Video game villain Donkey Kong. Going to where it really all started. He introduced the then unknown Plumber Man, Mario, of course, and dominated the early 80s. Even had his own cartoon. Honorable mention, and this is not really an iconic villain, but I think by the way, the bad guy's supposed to get under your skin, right, Eddie?
Yeah.
Who got under your skin more than that fucking dog in Duck Hunt?
Ooh.
So that's my honorable mention.
Okay.
But for my pick, I had to go with the man himself. Bowser.
Wow.
I had to go with Big Bowser.
Bowser. See,
who'd you go?
You can make the argument for Bowser, but I go with Donkey Kong.
He was a great one.
Because if you don't get Donkey Kong, you don't get Mario. You don't get Mario.
If you don't get Mario, you don't get Bowser.
You don't go to Bowser.
It's true.
There's no Bowser without Mario,
Kong.
and there's no Mario without Donkey Kong.
It's true.
He's the OG villain in video games.
I mean,
and he can do a face turn like nobody's business.
What a face turn that guy had!
So,
a massive face turn. So I mean, yeah, I think technically though, the friendly Donkey Kong is the son of Donkey Kong. Did you ever play the Super Nintendo Donkey Kong games?
No,
Donkey Kong Country. The old man Cranky Kong is supposed to be the original Donkey Kong.
Oh, retired.
Retired, still kind of an asshole.
The Trumper Kong.
Trumper Kong, exactly. He's MAGA Kong.
He's the MAGA Kong.
MAGA Kong. What do they call him that?
Where all these damn plumbers?
These immigrants, these Italian immigrants coming over here taking our jobs.
Italy's not sending their best.
They're not sending their best and brightest. Oh, by the way, I didn't get to see the whole thing, but I saw a funny article where Eddie, you're not gonna believe this.
What?
Some members of QAnon are going, wait, maybe we might be the sheeple. Duh, you think?
What?
You don't say.
Fucking idiots.
I'm stunned. I mean, I don't know. They put all their money on JFK Jr. coming back from the dead.
You know what? If they can have the wherewithal, if they can change, then,
we can change. I can change. We all can change.
We all can change. So hey, if they can go down, if they can fall down that rabbit hole of bullshit and climb their way out of it, you know what?
Amazing.
You got to cheer for them.
If they got out of the Sarlacc monster of bullshit. If they were able to climb out like Boba Fett, good for them.
You know what? You got to give them a pat on the back.
A little bit. But fuck them for believing that in the first place.
Fuck them hard, and I hate them.
Yes.
But, I'll pat them on the back and then push them back down the hole.
So,
fuck them.
Fuck them. So you went with Donkey Kong, I went with Bowser. Next, Ramble. $2.95, Eddie?
Yeah.
Okay, you ready for this?
I am.
A song... we have a wing in the Hall of Fame. We have a Hall of Fame dedicated to a wing dedicated to songs that have ripped off other songs.
Okay.
What's going on the hat?
Oh. Give me an example. Can you give me an example?
How Vanilla Ice claimed he didn't use Under Pressure.
Okay.
I mean,
Ray Parker Jr., does that count?
Ray Parker Jr. with Ghostbusters and I Want a New Drug. I mean, Led Zeppelin's, they're going to be tough to beat. Led Zeppelin's, because Willie Dixon's estate, I don't know if you know this, but A Whole Lot of Love now, Willie Dixon is listed as a songwriter.
Wow.
Because there's an old Willie Dixon song of like, you need coolin', baby, I ain't foolin'. You know, gee, what are they? And then, of course, the opening of Stairway to Heaven, it completely rips off Taurus by Speed. I mean, so Zeppelin, they're going to be tough to beat. They're like early 90s Cowboys or Niners. One of those two's going. One of those two's going in.
It's just a matter of who's healthy that game.
Who's healthy that game.
Whoever signed Dion, that's who's going.
That's who's going. So so Zeppelin signs Dion in the next few days.
Lock it in.
They're locked. So there it is. What rip-off song goes into the Hall of Fame?
All right.
Here we go. Open, close, and on.
Ooh, man. No harmonica.
Tell me Colton has some noise-canceling headphones on right now.
He's actually, I gave him, I've started doing this thing now, last few rambles I've done, is I give him a sedative. Knocks him right out, so he sleeps through this whole thing. I want to say that's a good idea, but could you imagine if he still hears it, the nightmares he's having subconsciously? True. I mean, he's 2 rooms away with the doors shut, so I'm hoping he's not hearing anything. Okay, good. He is starting to get hooked on the sleeping pills. Right. So there is a little drawback to it. Yeah. Bush here. Get your Bush. Bush here. Bush here. So last time I saw Eddie, might as well fill the Ramblers in. I let him know that I was giving Colton old penthouses from the 70s to sell at his 6th grade lunch breaks, right? 7th grade, middle school. 7th grade lunch breaks. Yeah. And it evolved into it was full on set, big old hairy bushes, and that Eddie said Colton was walking around doing what to all the kids? Bush, get your bush here. Bush here. Who wants some bush? Get your bush here. Because you said, what principal would be mad? Right. If he gets caught with a stack of 1970s. How can you get mad? Brings back the principal's bringing back memories. That guy's happy. A 12-year-old kid in 2021 is caught with a stack of 1977 Penthouse.
That kid's fine.
He's fine.
He's fine.
There's so much bush hair, you're not seeing genitalia.
No, bush hair, get your bush.
Get your bush. Just walking around the playground holding one. Bush hair, get your bush. Bush hair.
I think we talk about this. So that was Eddie and I were just in tears laughing the whole time.
Well, this is usually how it happens. We usually talk about something until we fall into tears.
And then the other one, I think the last time we laughed that hard was the guy.
What?
That anti-vaxxer on Twitter. That prominent anti-vaxxer. Some guy trolled him and said, hey, did we talk about this on the Ramble? I think we did.
No.
You got this guy, I'm sure most of the Ramblers, maybe not, but if you haven't heard, it's funny. This dude's like a prominent anti-vaxxer on Twitter.
Yeah. And
this dude hit him up to fuck with him, and he goes, hey, my father took the experimental. I'm not going to get through this. Bofa vaccine, and he died. And so the anti-vaxxer dude responded like, well, please send me this is the email to contact me. By the way, what's the Bofa vaccine? And the other guy goes, Bofa these nuts.
we were sitting there talking about he gets the text back. The guy's like, "What's the Bofa vaccine?" He's just like, "Oh shit! Oh shit! He did it! I got it! He bit!" And so you're trying to type it as best as you can without fucking it up. Bofa these nuts.
You're like that safety who decides to blitz and realizes he's got a wide open shot at the quarterback. Right? He just like, "Oh shit!
Don't whiff!
Don't whiff! Don't whiff! Fuck it!"
Oh fuck! Bofa these nuts.
Bofa these nuts.
He took the Bofa vaccine.
Fuck. And then the other one was that. Do I play the school? Did we talk about the school board thing?
I don't. Oh no, I don't think so.
So a school board in Virginia was having a whatchamacallit. They were having a COVID meeting, and they get trolled by students. So the guy moderating the panel, it's like a Simpsons episode. He just starts reading off all the. I'm gonna play it, Eddie. You ready for this?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Thomas, we do appreciate you.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Phil McCracken. Phil McCracken.
Phil McCracken.
Sook Mahidik.
Sook Mahidik.
Ophelia McHawk. Eileen Dover.
How does he not know that? Eileen Dover.
Eileen Dover.
This is the best, I think. One of these is
Don Kiddick. Don Kiddick.
Don Kiddick.
Wayne Kerr.
Wanker.
Wayne Kerr.
How does he not know?
Tasha Tunstall.
I don't know if that is Tasha Tunstall.
Tasha Tunstall. Melissa Dart. Melissa Dart. Aaron Sorkin.
Aaron Sorkin. How does this guy not know he's being pranked? This dumb motherfucker just keeps reading every fucking name. Oh, fuck. Don Kedick. Don Kedick.
Don Kedick.
Ah. So Dustin Jacobs, Smokey Robinson, open, close, and encore. The American Dream, Dustin Jacobs. I tried with this. No thanks. Come on. How did he not get into Smokey Robinson? Michael Miller, you opened with I Can't Help Myself, Sugar Pie Honey Bunch. Closed with the Tracks of My Tears. Encore with the Tears of a Clown. News, Jeremy Bienvenues says you opened with Tears of a Clown. Close with Ooh, Baby, Baby. Ooh. Encore with You Really Got a Hold on Me. Graham and Faye have an idea for Good Willow Punting, Millennial Falcon, Gross Point Blank. That was a great soundtrack.
Oh, that's a great soundtrack.
Yeah. Also, did any Ramblers ever experience a coin-op Doom 2 cabinet in an arcade? I never did. That sounds awesome. In the vein of Eddie's loathing Lars Ulrich from Metallica suing 11-year-olds downloading Enter Sandman on Napster, it's also worth noting that Garth Brooks is still one of the last holdouts who refuses to join iTunes with his entire music catalog. Oh, wow. And now back to the tragic. And now back to the show with Faye rocking the OCE. She says, you open with You Really Got a Hold of Me. You close with going to a go. You encore with You Better Shop Around. Please ignore the sad clown in the chord with tears running down his face as he wasn't picked for this OCE.
Oh.
Gary Priest says, you open a soulful shack, close with I don't care about that being with you. That's a jam.
Mm-hmm.
Encore, Tears of a Clown. Dahlem. They open with Shop Around.
Lems.
You open with Shop Around, close with I Second That Emotion. There you go. Let's see. Michael Werman, Tracks My Tears, I Second That Emotion. Worms, Tears of a Clown. I say you open with Tears of a Clown. Bum, bum, bum. Ba-da-bum-ba-ba-ba-ba. Then you close with Cruisin'.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. And then you encore Tracks of My Tears.
Okay. See, I'm going to open Tracks with My Tears.
Ooh, man. That's a great one.
And then I'm going to close with Cruisin'.
Okay.
And then I'm going to encore.
We both close with Cruisin'.
I'm going to encore Love Machine.
Ooh. That's a fuck yeah. But I mean, I like how both of us want that closer to be I love it when we're cruising together.
Yeah.
Shit. Ramble 295, you ready for this? Eddie, are you? I don't think anyone's ready for the man himself. Billy Ocean, huh?
Oh,
what would
get
Billy
out
Ocean?
of my dreams.
Get into my car.
Get into my podcast.
Get into this podcast.
Get into this podcast.
What if we had him as a guest?
When the tough get going.
The going gets the tough. When the going gets rough, the tough get rough. I'll climb any mountain. I'll do it. Ooh, ooh. Can I hold you? What a fucking. Did that guy have a bad song?
No.
Now, granted. Oh, by the way, Billy Ocean might make an appearance on the Hall of Fame with Caribbean Queen and Billie Jean.
Oh.
Have you ever heard that together?
No.
When you hear Caribbean Queen again.
Oh, I have heard it. Yes.
It's insane. Yes. It's the same bass line.
It's the same bass line, yeah.
It even has a
yeah.
as Billie Jean. Michael Jackson sued him, too. But, of course, Michael Jackson was notorious for... How dare he? We'll just let him have it. He already had... Jackson already made his money.
The great Billy Ocean? Come on.
Caribbean Queen. That's a jam. Now we're sharing the same dream. Now, granted, I think Billie Jean walks out of the cage match, but that's a good match.
It's a bloody-ass cage
It's
match.
a bloody-ass cage match. It's a bloody... No more love on the... So there we go. I'm reading books and playing video games. Bring your pussy over here. Reading books and playing games. Oh, Michael Miller says, again, I haven't really had time to read or play much, of course. However, I did do the stupid thing called stress shopping. And yesterday, I went to my local comic book shop. Shout out to Matt, Bestie, and Larry at MB Subculture. There you go. If you're ever in wherever Michael Miller is, go visit MB Subculture. They'd probably be a better sponsor than fucking Hemp Vita for us. Anyway, I bought over $100 worth of Star Wars comics. At least
there you go.
When I finally get up the gumption to start reading again.
There you go.
Look at that. Lems. I'm currently reading the new Stephen King book, Billy Summers, and really enjoying it. Not really playing anything right now, but trying to decide if I have enough free time to justify buying Ghost of Tsushima. I don't, but I'll probably buy it. It's fucking awesome, the little I've played. Still rocking Cyber Shadow. That game is hard as fuck, but it's really fun. Eddie, you playing anything or reading anything? I'm also reading Billy Summers as well by Stephen King.
This week I have not played any. I have not had a chance to play anything this week.
There you go. Well, that's all right.
Sorry.
Ain't nobody mad at you. Ain't nobody mad at you.
I had shit to do.
Hey, man. Oh, by the way, it's the time of the show where we rank the top. Fucking amazing. This was tough for me, man. This was tough. The American Dream, Dustin Jacobs, it was not tough. I abstained. Top 5 boy band members of the 90s can't do it. Michael Miller, come on, Jerry. Boy bands, really? Because Yacht Rock wasn't bad enough. There's really only one answer to all this, and my top 5 is Joey Fatone, Joey Fatone, Joey Fatone, Joey Fatone, Joey Fatone. All right, guys, please stay safe. Jerry, keep fighting the good fight. Eddie, thanks for associating me with Ernest Biner. It really is an honor. Cody, I know the Ramblers, myself included, give you shit sometimes, but we love you too. Too bad he couldn't be here to hear this. We just don't want you to get a big head about it as your day baseballing is insufferable enough. There we go. Hashtag Ramble on. Hashtag Fight Jerry Fight. Thank you, buddy. Hashtag Eddie it for life. Hashtag is Goodwill done hunting. No. Hashtag Cody pulled a Caleb. Love you guys. Michael S. Miller. Hope you ever, dude, sending you all the love, Miller.
Yeah,
sending
definitely.
you all
hang
the
in there,
love,
buddy.
Hang in there. Jeremy Bienvenu. Honorable mention goes to Nick Lachey from 98 Degrees and Rich Cronin for Light Funky Ones. LFO may have been a one-hit wonder. I like girls that wear Abercrombie and Fitch. But he went on Harold Stern about a year before he died of cancer and talked about all the shit he went through from when the group was formed. The manager was the same pile of shit that formed all the boy bands of the time and tried to fuck them, stole their money, etc. The Doom seemed really down to earth, and it sucks that he died so young. And funny thing about Light Funky Ones, Carson Daly never introduced their videos on Total Request Live because apparently the guy from that band, Jennifer Love Hewitt, left him for that guy. Wow. So they would always cut to some other
I can see that.
VJ. Yeah.
I don't blame that dude for that.
So this list was hard because aside from NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys, there's really two other bands that guys know by name. Number 5 goes Nick Carter from Backstreet. Number 4, Lance Bass from NSYNC. Number 3, AJ from Backstreet. Number 2, Brian from Backstreet. Number 1, who else could it be? Justin Timberlake. I forgot to mention Cody was right. Garth over George. Wow, George Strait. One of my favorite concerts to date was floor seats to Garth after waiting to see him pretty much my entire life. I was raised on country music, and Garth is my favorite artist. And Rodeo is my favorite song. When he finally started touring again, I managed to get floor seats. It made my year. Maybe a future top 5 of the Ramble. Top 5 concerts you've been to. Favorites. Everyone will have different answers. I think it'd be pretty interesting to find out what bands the Ramblers like to see in concert. Not to add another. I do like to officially strike QAnon. He made an edit. QAnon Brian Luttrell off my top 5 and replace him with Kevin because if he's Andrea's favorite, he can't be bad.
Whoa.
There we go. Graham and Faye, did you? So if I understand this correctly, I need to pick the top band members from 90s bands with boys. Did you know that Bruce Dickinson performs in an all-male band which was producing music in the 90s? And speaking of Iron Maiden, I'm not sure how many Ramblers have noticed if you go to iTunes Music and add the new album Senjutsu to your library, it actually has animated cover art of Eddie the Samurai. Trey Cool. Have you gotten that record yet?
I did. It's awesome.
Is it good?
Yes.
I haven't gotten it yet. It's good. So I haven't missed a beat, huh?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's not like classic. It's not Number of the Beast, Somewhere in Time.
Right.
That sort of, it's not Peace of Mind, it's not that Maiden.
But Maiden still got it at least.
It's good Maiden.
All right. I might check that one out then. So boy bands, so tempted to use a Rambler rule bender on this one. Fine, I'll throw my wifey under the bus this time around as well. Faye will be rocking the top 5 this week as well. This is not in her wheelhouse. She drew the short straw. So here are her begrudging picks. Brian Luttrell, Donnie Wahlberg, Nick Lachey, JC Chazez, and Justin Timberlake. There we go. Fight, Jerry, fight. Thank you. Ramble off, Graham, Faye, Winnipeg, Graham, I knew a lot of people wouldn't like this, but here we're doing what we got to do.
You got to do what you got to.
Jeeps, Gary Priest, top 5 90s boy band. He's going for the Brits. Brian McFadden of Westlife, Ronan Keating of Boyzone, Brian Harvery of East 17, Gary Barlow from Take That, and number 1, Robbie Williams from Take That. Sending all my good vibes to Jerry. Stay strong, brother. Thank you, buddy. I know Robbie Williams. And as always, thanks to you for all making this shit show called Life a little more bearable. Gary, a.k.a. Jeeps. We go Lems now.
Lambs.
Number 5, the blonde one from NSYNC that turned out to be gay. All right, Lance Bass.
Okay.
The dark-haired one from Backstreet Boys with the mustache and goatee that didn't quite connect, Kevin. The kind of chubby one from NSYNC that's friend with the Impractical Joker guys, Joey Fatone. The one that married Jessica Simpson from 98 Degrees. Yes, that would be what's-his-face, Nick Lachey. And number 1, Justin Timberlake. Keep up the good fight, Jerry. Keep rocking the mustache, Eddie, and keep going to those day baseball games, Cody. I would if I could. Until next time, I'm Zach Dahlman. He's there. Lems. Until next time, I'm Zach Dahlman. You're not, baby. Michael Worms. I told Cody I'll always give it my best try. Top 5. The evangelical Christian one, the frosted tips one, the is he a guy or a girl one, the facial hair one, the clearly 30 years old one. I think we can talk about how goddamn dark Marvel's first What If is. If the zombie episode of live action, it would have been a slam dunk R rating.
Dude, zombie one was creepy and dark.
I'm watching that tonight, I think. So
it's weird because the first Captain Carter was like fun and very Marvel-like.
Yeah.
And then they've gotten progressively darker.
I'm loving it. I can't wait to see this one.
I think the one that comes out today is the Killmonger one. What if Killmonger was Black Panther?
Oh, shit.
So I wonder if that ties in. I wonder if that's the same universe as the one where T'Challa was taken as Star-Lord, and then Killmonger becomes. I don't know. Ooh. And then they also said Kevin Feige said that Doctor Strange is returning.
The evil Doctor Strange.
The evil Doctor Strange is returning.
I told you that's going to be the one in Spider-Man.
But I don't know if he's returning in another What If or if he's returning in the actual MCU.
My nephew, my godson Carlitos, told me he heard a rumor that Marvel is also building towards a new team called the Guardians of the Multiverse for film stuff. That could be interesting too.
Yeah.
Whew, man. They're going to need something like
that. Especially at the end of all this, they keep a multiverse.
Yeah.
And they don't bring it back into one timeline.
Woo. Next Ramble 295. Let's keep it Marvel. Top 5 Shang-Chi moments. We can do that, right?
Yeah.
There's
a few.
There's a few. My number 5, Eddie, I'm going to go Lance Bass from NSYNC. Who was your number 5?
Lance Bass.
Yeah,
we did it.
My number 4 was Brian Luttrell from Backstreet Boys. He would have been higher.
That's
but
mine.
Are we gonna do the what? The quinfecta? What would this
I don't
be?
know. We've never done that before.
Well, I might lose it here. My number 3, controversial.
Oh, okay.
I put Timberlake at 3. You know why? Because you know he's ready to bolt and go solo. And the second
you don't think
came,
he was really a boy band guy?
He look at him. He's still there.
Which is what I felt. That's why I put him at number 3.
Oh shit!
I know.
My number 2 from the Backstreet Boys, Nick Carter.
Nick Carter. Number 2.
Is that your number 2?
That's my number 2.
My number 1, the bad boy, the fuck up, the Backstreet Boy who went to rehab. That's why he was the most interesting one. AJ McLean.
AJ McLean.
Did we do the quintuple?
We did it. We did all 5 the same. I don't know how we did that. That's unbelievable.
Look at that, baby.
That's unbelievable.
Look at that, baby.
I can't.
Ramble
That's weird.
history.
Ramble history's been made.
Made tonight.
Ramble history has been made.
Who's that guy who calls all the crazy college games? Gus something. If only Gus were here to call that. What's that guy's name? He's like the main college guy. College announcer.
I don't know.
Shit. Gus. Fuck. Hold on. I'm looking him up.
You look him up.
Because, yeah, he's the one who goes crazy.
This is usually reserved for Ramble radios, but...
Oh, my. Gus Johnson.
Gus Johnson.
If Gus Johnson were here, Gus Johnson would have blown a fucking... He'd have popped the vein in his neck from losing his mind at this. The first ever quinfecta, whatever you would call that.
Quinfecta.
I
can't believe we did that.
We're never repeating this
because I did so much research.
Same here.
To really figure out the top 5 boy band members of the 90s.
Justin Timberlake doesn't belong. He's not a number 1.
No, he wanted to bolt.
He was like that guy that is leaving your team, so you got to get something for him.
He was a stepping stone. He used the boy band as a stepping stone.
That's what it is.
That was not the end game.
He was like the way Dwight Howard and Shaq used the Orlando Magic. That was it. Like, goddamn, can we go somewhere else? Next Ramble, top 5 Shang-Chi moments, 295. What would Billy Ocean open, close, and encore with? And what song that ripped off another song goes into the Hall of the Hat? What song?
Wow. What a show that's going to be.
What a show. We love you all. Thank you for tuning in. You know where to find us. Cody will be back with us, hopefully. The Ramble Fridays Ramble Radio, that's up in the air still if Cody's going to be in it or not.
Yeah, we don't know.
This is one of the rare moments where we're going to be recording that 0 hour too. So
Cody, I mean, maybe he's got
Eddie and I might not be on it. It could be Ramble Corporate doing it.
It could be the 2 cats. We don't know what's happening.
We'll see. We love you all. Stay safe. Thanks for tuning in. Take care, everybody. Bye.